I'm going to show you a chord that's a great substitute for the bar chord F, but it might be out of place in certain situations, and it's going to be up to you to determine when it's out of place. So if you're looking at a songbook and you see the chord F, you might want to try this and fit it in. So we're going to zoom in now. Well, I've done a lot of videos on the F chord and the F bar chord specifically, the big scary F, the one that no one wants to play. Well, I thought I'd do something different today and show you a substitute. And while in the previous videos on F I showed you different options you have, I thought I'd show you a flat out substitute for F and a little secret about it. So the secret is this. It's the fact that it sounds good in many situations except when it doesn't. And you have to be able to discern when it's appropriate to play it and when it doesn't. And if you're like myself and you play different instruments, you might start getting a grasp on keys and so forth, and you can realize if you're playing in the key of C, it might be very appropriate, and in other situations, it may not be appropriate. So let's talk about specifically what you do. First of all, because the mechanics of playing the chord is not that hard, the difficult part is figuring out when and how you're going to use it. You have to use your ears to a certain degree and say, okay, this is the right situation to use this chord, or there's no other way. I have to simply go for the big bad F that I spoke about at the very beginning. So first thing we're going to do is take our first finger, press down on the first fret on the second string. Then we're going to take our second finger, press down on the second fret on the third string, and our third finger is going to press down on the third fret on the fourth string. So that means our thinnest string is played open. And that also means, much like the D chord, my thumb is over the back of the neck, muting the fat string, the low E, and we're aiming to not play the fifth string. We definitely don't want that. Now, I talk a lot about this guitar neck, and the thing about this is, for once, it actually helps. It makes it easier to kind of mute this fifth string. You don't have to do that. But this ring finger can push here right up against the fifth string at the third fret and kind of mute it, so it's a little something you can fall back on if you don't want to be super precise with your right hand. Some people may find they're better with the right hand versus the left hand. One hand they have more struggles with than the other. So that's what you can do with the chord, or you can just strum from fourth string. Okay, very esoteric sounding chord. Not difficult to play mechanically, but difficult to say musically, when am I going to incorporate it? Because you can notice the similarities to the C chord. You might see this pop up with the C and the G, as I've demonstrated before in other songs. So there's your C chord, and now if you just adjust two fingers, boom. See, it's a slight difference. You have our C chord just moving towards the ceiling with the ring and the second finger. Okay, the thumb didn't really change at all. So I know we've learned a lot of chords, but this is an important one. It's a useful one, and it's a great substitution to have. And if you want to go back and see the videos on the proper F bar chord that I've done, check those out as well. Thank you.